dons be the account or met me Argentina negotiations and also go so yeah say be negotiations never fa na efa bet me abo America transfers once on Manchester United for say Dentia Brian Mbuemo up till now making initial bid of 45 million plus 10 million in the end up to now. Omunya for and coin say almost one percent omune Brentford for Newcastle of funds with the verbal. Omuye negotiations ebisa almost say Canada. Sa 60 million am open. Yenya sa sikana up front in farmer mo. Never mo be den ye pese etu sikana kakra. Mo budget dia. Mo mayem biom for negotiations na ye hu de so betimi ayenti. And no Manchester United say so mutimi wie we nyina awia. Na fei ometimi a try. Ahwe do metimi ay make Manchester United and sell them about catch say Emiliano Martinez wa catch and panyfo say Samayufo ba Monton on fama omo won say Aston ya catch nebo e for them say Aston Villa de omo say club will be obebe bia 40 million utua essence omo kra no more financial fair play issues kakra inti be and now copem say bosomani baba na wie ye no say Emiliano Martinez who is sika bi ba o metimi aton because we here sika o here cash e dey run account him say na be ya o munya issue with financial fair play but up to now o Manchester United in camp boy yi be ka say onya United obeboy United form for bid in koye na mom so for them say Manchester United form panyfo and now no more discuss goalkeepers o mo kobo Diego Costa din e goalkeepers na say ono so so goalkeeper o say kind more porto o me very much interested in him. Omunyam for bed in koye. Never we dim back wa mako akote ayam no one kakra. Jose Petrovic. Chelsea for mo goalkeeper. No say Jose Petrovic Chelsea foi asomo peno Club World Cup omanfana nkoni nyina say boy iko ka say monya na number 1 na Chelsea for buefo mu jai boy no kra ho Chelsea for say 30 million euros man you for say sasika no muni sasika no sentin ka Chelsea for bet here say there of course they will have a way to get this boy and yes they are not going to enter into any negotiations with team at Chelsea say United for no omo omunya fa bid bianco for any of the deals yeah bobo so when him say and now Guardiola and Central for ABC bisa no questions and Central ni ba ku bisa answer Pepe Tijani Hernandez say you will bonus number 6 inti enkopem say Rodri e be fully fit no over Tijani Hernandez sa na Pep Guardiola city asema Pep kan Pep Guardiola say oh enyo no nkwan Manchester City crowd with Nico Williams or can Nico Williams you say hey sorry. Enye Nico Williams. Me can Nicolas Gonzalez. Say Pep no. Say Barcelona did ni trim sa utimu say akwa no ohedem a already Nico Williams stories sa. Okobo Nico Gonzalez or see Nico Williams Pep Guardiola.
It's difficult to replace. We know that for the quality that he has. That is no doubt about that. But at the same time, the club decided from Brian because he has incredible skills close to the box, an incredible vision, pass, and many. And I'm really pleased that he's here.
Segunda pergunta por
Nyanwa yere wasam so ede pepro na enra me be catch say Juventus for ekosrap omampanyin Donald Trump na meeting na za no pamere wasam back crowd tum say na Donald Trump questions na e ba no so no afa Juventus players ni nyina atinichi ejenjina nichi na obi ebisa no political question say Iran ni Israel ntokwa ekwaso no oyi no na Juventus players no bi ani ma yebosa because ngomo we bi the master ye di na ugina ho bia wa hwe ni ya ne ye de mo afra na no na Timothy wia and Sancho for be sans master osuna ugina hobby na Donald Trump eka question no oyi political question na mugina hoyi na etel saying and also no kwasam so ugina hoyi no I am very much surprised but as nanim also ohun de na yes yeah about football politics yeah ye gina ho amokan we ma hwe de na nkofo de akwa say now say why you surprised the pastor na ade we de e ba na sign mpanyifo enso yes na Manchester United striker former Manchester United striker Andy Cole legend na Andy Cole and central in fact okọ John Mikel Obi ni podcast no so na bisa no questions and omu bisa answer master wo Newcastle for the brutal say those days Newcastle for no mo somo dan yate yanes 95 as Andy Cole be call man you sansam no nchirem en na chirem den na ujai Newcastle ekobo board man you.
Truth is, I mean, if you can remember, I know it's a long time ago, I can just about remember, you know. I played for Newcastle St James's Park Sunday, 1-1 the FA Cup, Blackburn. Went in Monday morning for warm down. Did that. Kevin didn't say a word to me. Went home that evening, just chilled out. Just about to sit down and watch Sheffield United play Man United in the FA Cup. Got a phone call saying, look, the deal to Manchester United is on.
Wow.
You know, and that was that. And I'm like, oh, I went in this morning.
Wow.
Kevin didn't say anything to me. I played the day before. Now, if you know you're on the verge of moving, why would you want to cut tie yourself?
Na ade tia man yefo no so aba no no didn't di common bebre en common be e so and am bisa no about as a English media for no ankasa de ba ko yehu no say as a tuntum for no di bone a no bi e ka as akokofo no so ya asem asom di sesi ibi te say Jack Grealish ene Marcus Rashford en sem no so betim de na no atom bi yentia media for no gina Rashford so a Jack Grealish mo ja na asem de ama no
different
compared
to English
black players.
Black players. I mean, totally different.
Wow.
You know?
You feel that?
That's what you get. Yeah. That's what you get used to as well. You get used to that. I mean,
wow.
I think as English black players, you get used to it.
Yeah, because when I...
But like, you get used to it. And I mean, for me, like I said, I used to just laugh at it. These are codes. How'd you do it? They don't know me. I always say, once you don't know me, you can't judge me. You can judge me by right.
Now, let me amount to say, we feel Sao Paulo, Real de Janeiro, say, I create ye moon in Tane, papa, say, Minoka say, area, be for nam. Let me amount no, I create ni papa, Chelsea, Modario Isugu, Akasaka kra. Obaye and the players on no mood training was set so very well. And I'm for say the next Moises Caicedo ahead Daru Isugu.
A bit of time to settle in now. How have you found life at Chelsea so far?
Very, very good. It's a new life, a new experience for me. But I'm very happy to be here. And it's an amazing feeling.
Did you know any of the other players before?
I knew Pedro Neto, but I never was with him. So I only know in national team. We are close, the under-21 and national team.
Who have you been spending the most time with?
I spend most of the time with Neto, Philip.
Yakoye discussions no wafa kwame kwame dela
Well,
ya to so a transfer nsam no den e ko wo na ye betie nsam
kwaku me da se na mamentia yetiefo ne ahwefo na ahwei ansa na mewura transfers nim kra no mame ending komo kakra ewo enura FIFA Club World Cup e ko enim because nkofo interest ewo ho on se enura team City say by na match na nipa dodo na follow no ye Real Madrid any Hilal game no because of enkomodo do na Jabi Alonso edi say season we no Real Madrid for ball no wakasa bebre afa ho say obesesa no so na nipa dodo na ekohwe Jabi Alonso star be na Real Madrid for ne be ball insisa ibe be ba na so na nkofo adwen kran se da any results ne so kese by the style of play, the approach of Real Madrid. And an for air sheshe. On said before the game, Najabi Alonso akasa say, yebebo proactive football, yebebo rock and roll football. Enti obi akwa say Real Madrid and some Najabi Alonso ka ye no. Ombet menya total dominance, ombebo beautiful football, attractive football. Omi be control game na enya dia na nipa dodo na kwa akotwe. By kwaku nukre wo ni ye say, ye hu ne saa. And me personally, as a Real Madrid fan, na me expect to say Jabi Alonso be ni menimu ya no, or be say Real Madrid for style of play within some few days. Enti na me de minim say entimi nkonya saa ensisa ye bebre or Real Madrid style of play nim. By na hu be hia say ye ba akọ say ye be hu signs bi say ensisa ye be ba na. Kwaku in as much as enra yan say de hu Real Madrid da or dominate Hilal for no. Omoba attractive football no mi hu Jabi Alonso a ade na opese oye no mi hu kakra o mentimi anyo by mi hu science ne say this particular style of play this approach ana Jabi Alonso pese obo on say na odi kan boy back four back four no boy no sa wa hwe Jabi Alonso wo Leverkusen na anytime bia no se wanya back three no back four so no ni kura ball na opese onya back three enti kwaku se o follow Jabi Alonso ye share game na se no na we no under 1 minute 1 minute no Jabi Alonso back four no sha se obebo no anytime bi o be kura ball ni bia no Arnold Trent Alexander-Arnold move inside ebeka Tchouaméni hu na back four no abeda ne back three because Frank Garcia abeka no abeka Dinhausen ana Asensio hu na ye back three na Arnold move aban finfin ho no abeka Tchouaméni hu sa Tchouaméni no abeka ne ho no allow Jude Bellingham ana Fede Valverde say omo moving ko manim kakra the moment ombe move akọ manim no anytime ya na Jabi Alonso expect say Vini Junior ana Rodrigo be stay wide. So anytime bi Jabi Alonso be kura ball ni bia no, de mi hu ni say no person Real Madrid for use a 3-3. Enu Jabi Alonso ade a mi di kan hu ye no no. Se Real Madrid for kura ball ni bia na in possession or person almost a structure no 3-3. And the reason why your person 3-3 ni say or person build it from the back. Or build it from the back. I now say Arnold abeka midfielders na no. Obenya numbers won fin to control the game. So o control game no won fin wa. Or won fini on the left or Rodrigo on the right. Ombetimasa expanded the wide area. Now it me utilizes our wings so or build it from the back. No when you control in the midfield. Now I say utilize your more wings no. And no the style of play na Jabi Alonso. Epeso yusu. But no kre woman won here say boys no omuntimi enti ase. Untimi nyusu one game emfa ntiase because one a China person or building from no dear me who in say a only Dinhausen and a ball nuclear na no comfortable apart from Dinhausen players are no more on some more building from the back are no munye too comfortable and I'm thinking na Jabi Alonso expected Real Madrid for me for this and say ombe control game no obe to say Tchouaméni onye ball controller Tchouaméni enye deep lying playmaker Tchouaméni a destroyer and ye distributor. Ne de ne say obegere wa beje ball, obesay opponent play. Na we jai ball nim. Ne de no. Onye deep lying playmaker. Enti ebe take time ansa na Tchouaméni at Jabi Alonso system na say. Obe te say Fede Valverde. Oye destroyer. Oye distributor and oye ball carrier. Onye controller. Enti ono so be take time kakra. Sa ufa Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham de no say obe hold the ball. Obe distribute obe carry ball no obe protect ball no obe timi adrive ball no de ball na kọ nanim ono so nye typical controller enti ade ba kwa Real Madrid for lucky say typical midfield obe control game dia momo obe ti say Vitinha obe ti say Pedri line bi no Frankie de Jong Real Madrid for lack a ball controller
me ba cho o ball controller na wo ka no 6 die ni bia na say they will create ebia 8 geni bia na set 10 because looks like Florentino Perez a creative midfielder and coach no so a 6 will be controlling no
omo hia ni mienu
sa
yes Madrid hia a deep lying playmaker et say Vitinha obegina defenders nanim on the better direction of play ball nim left and right yem calm game ne down yen distribute ball no on the be deep lying obegina defenders nanim obehia bi ana obese hia at offensive midfield or creative a obetima breaking lines
no kwa me mo 3-man midfield say ye de mienu sa be shemu a one ye dropping no
ana me cho say boys no mo no betima ye mpokre beteki time eni me enimu ya de emfa
in a case say yanto ebia ma no midfield ho a sa 6 ho no e menye obi ama na gba na
entine no amehwe entine na enu na me hu ne say or try say Arnold more time obe invert no
number bua kakra
number bua mfimfin that's the reason why mostly na Arnold invert no obe bua mfimfin because obe hia midfielder onimbo ni kura enti Real Madrid de Real Madrid fan afa show team say bet give time because Oma Bonda Carlo Ancelotti Real Madrid ball ni direct transitional omo nim ball na yem fam kura yem build it from the back yem control mfimfin yenyi opponent ni mfrim no afina enye so munim yoba enye almost style of play no
ebe
take time kakra ana say no a wo hwe ya ma me time na no press no on say Jabi Alonso ye say opese olusu ball mo be pressing tentem eno ye shake game na say no me notice ya de ba ko hwe time no
1 minute 26 seconds
Real Madrid for ye day
omo air pressing for no start say attack and Madrid rise from there no.
And to on Jabi Alonso and your person the Real Madrid. Say you lose ball na no. And you see my opponent ni kura ball ni che. I was see a press you mo. But not so any Real Madrid first time ni say obe press high.
Enra edrum pempen so bi ase na omo de mu diagro no mu ntimi press well.
Because say Real Madrid for no air press ya. Omo ani mo na press ya. Ube here players no mu etron say omo be back the press. Enti the pressure ni be two opponent ni so onye comfortable. Onye time on relaxing enti woman the pressure na open with teammates ni back press na either say player ni be your mistake obeje bo na free ni nsema na so be long but in the case of Real Madrid say omo press ya obi am back press no enti ema hilafo no enya space enya time na afede omo the Madrid for AD agro enti we video no sa video na oyi no sanka kan betima say yibi ma
but omo fanfa TV no so kwa mai why
omo ball ma abate no omo ball ma abate sa because Real Madrid for press higher omo ntimi mbake press ema spaces in between the lines no enti na e easy say hilafo ni betime kra ball a progressive ball no enti sa ohwe ya etire Jabi Alonso hu say emu aye dinti na wo say o shift call ne normal 442 enti ombe ball ma bate sa
catch your video ni nie
sana abro ne ti omo nim hawa ye press yi pa enye omo style no on say Real Madrid and Carlo Ancelotti opponent ni kura bomba be go akira na o de ball na ball mu win ball na abo ne transition
yeah
but say Jabi Alonso pese omo press na omo yere oje ball no enti a gradual process enye just one match e be take time
a good year pa
but problem e wo me say Real Madrid so entimi ma sa time no problem kakra mi so de ma Jabi Alonso no after players ni be take time on say after the game ana koto aka say omo ntimi nyusu just 3-4 days.
Yeah.
And France saw almost style of play. Bra, adapted to a style of play for almost 4 years. A bit take time. And that time they be taking no. Adapting them. So one adapting them. Over La Liga. Over UEFA Champions League. So when to me adapting them. Now La Liga. Barcelona sa chumu bebre. Champions League go sa ko free man. Now for so be na woso. So mi sro kakra e de ma Jabi Alonso. By second half no ada gule ebe no. Ase mi hu say na Real Madrid for play ne ye kakra. Because other gule no timi kura ball ne kakra na second half no na ye ba kwakwade ba ko a miyem sa hye me se we notice ya Rema the four defender no anod na obo right back ana Frank Garcia na obo left back no time bia no move ba inside narrowly anytime bia Rema the be defender no anod na obo right back ana Frank Garcia na obo left back no omo move ba inside narrowly oh expect to say Real Madrid four wingers Rodrigo ni Vinicius Junior na ebe occupy sa wide area ho in terms of defense. Say Real Madrid left back no right back move narrowly a. Omo pese omo stop Hila for ne say omo nya sa central control. Yeah. By problem omo face in say anone Frank Garcia e move narrowly a. Abrantia ye friend Vinicius Junior ni Rodrigo e occupy wide area ho enti Hila for no omo switch play call left right. Unhu omo captain no. How anom de Real Madrid food agro ano mo tete anod. And Sesana, Jabi Alonso be ya. Any okosia Barcelona more good wingers. Omo kofa Nico Williams be kan ho any yaso be issue. I
think say ye nyina ye kin omo hiamre.
Aha, ebini
because say no defenders no mu defend narrowly. Who defend narrow the NHS we jai wide areas na dia mo opponent.
And to train na akonya team o good wingers a obekum.
Asemo.
Ana say Barca akonya Lamine no nya Nico Williams a on be high ade.
Inti comfort pass over bare 36 passes number 9 can ball.
Debbie.
Hey!
And you better take time, Gwaku.
Eradi Yesu.
Oh, yeah, Madrid fan, no one about take a crib, take time.
36 more, baby. You
better take time. But me, what did you say, Befa?
Okay.
Me, what did you say, Befa? By any enemy, we are. And most especially, remember the Koshiati Muminimbo Kradia. Any Mbayadne.
See, wait, Hilal 4 crown passing by 36 and a bassa. I don't know, imagine.
Maybe when you say a bit take time, by a befa.
I think we all agree, say it will take time.
A bit take time. A bit take time. Kwakuma member transfers, Nesomana Bigi Embra. On Sauko Italy, the most successful club ever Italian Serie A, the old ladies Juventus. Omaji Serie A 36 times. Now recently, Napoli and Inter Milan na dominate Italian Serie A. Juventus in penny for say on person almost abedi Italian Serie A. No more leaders every department. No match hono almost so many leader. And to more Barcelona. Barcelona for a captain. Omo player, omo center back, Ronald Araujo. Omo kwa akofa no. Juventus for say, omo be here leader e wo metro. Enti omo ko Barcelona. Na Barcelona, omo defender Ronald Araujo. Juventus for akwa akofa no. No omo ogidie say, omo de offer emu edu e ba akoma Barcelona for no. No omo sa de offer emu edu akoma Ronald Araujo. No omo de sa offer no koma team na. Omo ogidie so mbenya samra Ronald Araujo. Amena be si akan de ma Juventus. Na no madua Juventus for afa. On say Nico Williams abeto dwa say Barcelona betimi afa no ma register na omo financial fair play space no e wo say omo timi free 25 million euros enti e basa na e wo say Barcelona ton player kese baako na free sa space no omo de betimi register Nico Williams na omo betimi ton player baako a ene abrante friend say eye Ronald Araujo e ka ho and the release clause no from 1st July to 15th of July reduce about 65 million euros. Enti Juventus esi omo ko Barcelona akofa Ronald Araujo. When the Kenya say Thomas Partey issue ne ho. Na kwaku de atuemu nie. Thomas Partey ne Arsenal komodie no slow down kakra. Na slow down ni nyina ne yese. Arsenal for Partey so obetna. Partey person otna London because oni nebusuafo asset wo London. Enti Arsenal for se Partey person otna. Partey so person otna Arsenal sanka problem bi ani ho. By problem ama sa di oni nyina o matimi stop ni nyina yeskasem. Mame Arsenal for omo salary omo wages no. Arsenal for wages no. The odis kakese power Arsenal. As it stands now, Kai Havertz £280,000 a week. And a Kai Havertz edge. Gabriel Jesus etosu mienu. Odegaard tosu miensa. Declan Rice etosu fourth. And a Partey etosu fifth. Enti Arsenal players ni na di ojiska kese pa no di otosu fifth. Aye Thomas Partey. Aye £200,000 a week. Na sa £200,000 a week no. Odi ko year na aye £10.4 million a year. Enti during the negotiation between Arsenal and Thomas Partey. Onim say Thomas Partey oyanda JJ Sports. And sa JJ Sports no, executive director for JJ Sports, Jose Daniel Jimenez. On the director for JJ Sports. On the Arsenal for din common and on say, Samon Pesamude Aketwani Bibeka Humpokrana. Ye maintain £200,000 na Partey no. And Arsenal for say, and Chebiomo be renew Bukayo Saka contract. Only the Bukayo be £300,000 a week. And a Partey age no. And come person moteso na diama papa friend say Jose Daniel Jimenez book free ni say kwaku tena person moteso no ye tete say and come person moteso almost be half e ka hu bi na ye say o ma twentwen so no and come person moteso be half
pata semidi
enti e skasemunti na pata die no enso so akwa kosisa no enti so far die say Saudi for naba Atletico Madrid wo ho AC Milan Juventus then Fenerbahce Galatasaray Barcelona ne Partey die no kwaku die tie nie se Barcelona be ko for Partey ade so maton ora Romeo se Partey betima move akọ Barcelona ade so ora Romeo free Barcelona
na Romeo no bi beto
se so munya tofo enti se Partey situation no na Ghana ni abrantie Jerome Opoku center back Jerome Opoku na nsenya na mpese meti Ghana for no transfers nim ba hu se Kudus okeka ne ho kakra Semenyo okeka ne ho kakra Salisu okeka ne ho kakra na Jerome Opoku enra me de kama odin de bro the center back I will see a kind of Istanbul Basaksehir ye Ghana Blasters player Jerome Opoku onim say season na end no onya fine season for Turkish league no Galatasaray for ne Istanbul Basaksehir for odin komo for Jerome Opoku I say Istanbul Basaksehir for no 9 million euros for Jerome Opoku because of the performance o showcase here enti Galatasaray for eba na kwaku Barcelona for ni ntie mi no munyi yi o masum say Barca for no masum yi o mo de brutal Nico Williams kwaku na ni bre na abre so person Barcelona no esen krodom ni nyina na yese onim say nra Bilbao for ne ko na busuafo ho Bilbao ko Nico Williams busuafo say omunye busuafo ne be kasa ontena Bilbao krom ho a medical be catch say omo free Basque region e Spain no eya den somebody disrespecting penyimfo enti na okay the last summer esi ye no impanyimfo ne hu na busuafo na mo ne boy ne kasa na adwen sesa enu omo se akọ hu na busuafo se on pese omo ne kasa na boy na adwen sesa de ope bi on be ya ma no te say the last time the only betu the highest paid player of Bilbao bonuses omo ka bia akra ne se da bi da gbede onjintu last summer sana mo ka kire me we de dem beke bia no impanyimfo onye se mibu manimtia meko Barcelona na some few hours Bayern for so try the also mu ye bia eno so abrante no asa bagu onim se Bayern for ne sa increase your music no akra ne se da bi onko ope Barcelona na kwaku ahasei ana mehu se Nico Williams na ni abre Barcelona no onim se ni sika on Barcelona agree ye no eye 12 million euros eno ne ye gross ye nyante tax no ye tax ana bonuses ka ho a eye 7 million euros kwaku de me ye ma hyeme ne ye se Nico Williams aka che ba sampanyin for say send salary ni mpokro mbesa atisu mpokra no metimi dia register no monte so e chere how abrante na ye desperate so be join Barcelona enti Nico Williams say ne salary no so mbesa atisu mpokra no metimi dia register na omonsa entisu nti kwaku die ba no Manchester for latest offer for Brian Mbeumo and so 60 million pounds Manchester e de ko Milos Kekes ene Liverpool die no Bournemouth for na tiska so aba 40 million pounds na Bournemouth for EP 45 every Liverpool for omo de call a year 40 million pounds kakra e free ho so eba no nti kwagu
okay
ensam ne de edoso mehwe menkrata no so a edoso bebre o say abrante friend say Kwanza Liverpool center back
Jarrell Kwanza
yes wakache Liverpool for no say Liverpool sin obeko
onko
obeko Liverpool sin no
ebeboa no
enti Liverpool for say okwa eni okofa Magei Edi naba. Mageye free Crystal Palace. Edi naba.
Mate.
Manchester so ne Benjamin Sesko asha asiye. Manchester ene Benjamin Sesko asha asiye.
Okay, come Sweetie Biggie.
Kogu. Kogu Mama Shasia from a Club World Cup games about Real Madrid. To be honest, Real Madrid and the Al Hilal Kwakubo game. Me sure say you mudu do na expect say you mo game na yem pono na Real Madrid na image as the victors and I say Madrid a carry the day na Madrid a share Al Hilal na Madrid calling that was the expectation of a lot of us because if you say one Real Madrid an European team and a very big club for that matter the biggest of all clubs we are only free one more Al Hilal and to free Saudi Arabia neighbor it's a team of free Saudi Arabia no ba Real Madrid they certainly you catch you say even without looking at the quality of players both sides team will be in the first Real Madrid and that's a team of free Europe and so ever game in the shas you know me who say the Real Madrid team is going to need time to adapt to the kind of footballer coach friend says Xabi Alonso ever football me nim say when it comes to football most of coaches any players obia first season adaptation coach in the bar afraid no baba ball or person team the ball na players and those who are adapted and in football they be made to talk classroom ho koku obi IQ was ropa is the coach and chair tactics and system na quickly na fa na player corner tia na obona niema kon kind the man you obi nso so ho no mo coach in chair de ne sesia entimi mfa obehia time kaka ansa na watimi apeke obi one ma later stages of the coaches ade na or another season no ansa na watimi apeke because ono na dwene eda ne team nso so ye different into all these things a play a role with the performance at Real Madrid boboko ne dan na die na etina me nkonko expect a lot when it comes to a play of the Real Madrid team but individually quality nim nanto mbabebo especially those who are new and na me kwakwa helmo me hu din housing clearly that kind of thing I mean who here Nations League no. He played as an established central defender for Real Madrid. Play on Real Madrid team na che. Raul Asensio. I be expected so no be a leader at the back. And no me who din house and rather who was a leader at the back for Real Madrid Boboko no. Ono na chere. So why you ready? So Real Madrid Boboko no betimi abo. Why you ready? So coach the philosophy and in the game plan obetimi executing well. And so the Real Madrid Boboko no. It's the performance I was dying in the just ended season. Our benefit of team nim. And the who you Nations League nim no. It wasn't just by fluke. A branch and so and na. Emma who ni more. On Raul Asensio, that penalty committed was bad.
If he was a gamer, now Real Madrid any abre so be here points at their qualifier corner him. Maybe a Champions League semi-final be Champions League. Make us say an all-important gamer and Cabranti and let's say Real Madrid down. That penalty at that stage or at that moment of the game, it was so poor from player friend say Raul Asensio. It was needless, and they have to talk to him.
I say, oh, you're overly aggressive, Nancy.
Yes,
he got to impress.
Minim say Sergio Ramos tag now with the man in the quality because that tackle was needless. Then fast will be any so. On player friend say Trent Alexander-Arnold. Kwaku, say what Trent Alexander-Arnold. You have to know say player now what on offensively or a lot of options, but defensively that is where the player's deficiency is. On your players a pressure back team so now you defend there or bet me a lot when it comes to defensive duties. Nancy ya hundu no Mendes no. Fullbacks are or combine offensive duties and defensive duties. But Trent Alexander-Arnold the end and defensively, Obe leave a lot of spaces. Defensively, Obe say a be opponent in each so. But offensively, and in the first half, he was among the players that normally completed a lot of passes for game. Real Madrid. The passes for boy in the first half, no, he completed 84% of those passes. In the game or minutes or last day, or called the final third of the pitch 12 times. Until clearly, offensive Jumani Yobo are branch any boy. But when there is pressure on Real Madrid, a bad ding, and so the Amasa branch anybody to me a lot. He didn't really have so much of a good game. But then again, yeah, man, another row. And so Real Madrid Bobo Konima. Now all boss an inverted fullback. And definitely a bit creative problems Kakadia Mano. Until so be adapted to the coaching system and then to the Real Madrid team and Kasa. We are only free one more. Adia ba kwa mi hu ye ne say in the absence of Kylian Mbappe, Real Madrid at times struggle anymore. I am saying this because Goncalo and also Gonzalo, the young player who started for Real Madrid and now as a striker. Social Madrid, Castilla Honoma. He's been a very good performer. This season at the Castilla level, about 36 matches and watched 25 goals at that level. It will be a prolific. But at the senior level, and clearly, Real Madrid needs to get another body. I don't know about me about in the absence of Kylian Mbappe. I'm going to be informed into a
Enrique.
Enrique is there, but Enrique also nankasa about Real Madrid no kwaku. Bisa was a farmer nana. Enrique Brazil was a different Enrique from the Enrique we've seen at Real Madrid.
Okay, let me ask this. Say options in Niwa between Gonzalo Garcia and Enrique. Uno ya Jabi Alonso abe fon
Mefa Enrique.
Okay.
Yes.
But still now Susu said the level ni Andrew.
Of course. Of course. Say Obaye no. The kind of performance or there have been times I will no opportunity or boy. But at least that consistency will be here from a Madrid player. Team now will come. There are standards set by players or maybe team be down. We are going to grade your performance based on the standards of Omo Medica Babe Bonasete. You can't say Fernando Munyadi. You say Frank Garcia Munyadi. They are not so bad. But you heard the Real Madrid left back position. Marcelo Mobo no Mobo any standards no set. When more the will form too much. It's based on Omo Medica and club the standards no more set. You the big grade you. And then until America say, Madrid making sure some Mubenyo obi and so was our position anymore. In case Kylian Mbappe knew one, that token wouldn't be felt, and they have to work on their penalty taking. The last 19 penalties are Real Madrid. Almost 12, no 7. They've only converted 63%, and it is bad for a club like Real Madrid. Juventus Susubo game. Now there are two people in the Juventus team. I'm happy for them. First of all, your coach Igor Tudor. I am one person that I need trust. I will coach in Mukra. But about before Juventus Bobo no. The other Juve person or say at least baby all form dear free no Champions League no free and that Thiago Motta. It is on about Baba Befatimina. Remaining matches now I can all make sure so bet me ayere ne ho. Now odo am qualify for the Champions League. Eventually Otimi yes Ejumano. E wo hono mo do qualify for the Champions League. Or qualify we no ya man a contract. There are a lot of coaches I be and ko very lente. And only so much serious, only that focused to perform for Juventus Bobo. But after say a real league season, no, all but 9 matches in the league, Obabe taking over. A winning 5, no I draw 3, no losing just 1 against Parma. Almost started Club World Cup. He's picked up from where he left off in the season. The first matches were about 5, and so Nadia Gum. It is good for him. Oh, yeah, no, if you want my player, friend is Randall Kolomwani. Kwaku, I am happy for the player because at a point na player friend say Kolomwani e Paris Saint-Germain e surplus to requirement onya bi more because of one coach in the system and the disbelief in the player and the player if you want to order any Juventus and that Thiago Motta okoya the first match for Juventus omu lose 2-1 to Napoli no she go back e de mabo boko no. The second game Juventus win by 4 goals obo brace. The third game Juventus win your signs obo brace. It's in the first 3 matches for Juventus. No, I share 5 goals the Diamond Juventus Bobo no. The last time a Juventus is a striker, ultimately achieved was Roberto Baggio. It's now yet ding. And the other strikers don't know competing. No. It's now all bar name kind of bano. And then coach a friend Thiago Motta leaves the scene. On the Obaye, I got to the Obaye. No only so much trust in the player. It was Shasiasa or Benchino. No one used to design Vlahovic. And so man about Juventus Bobo anymore. But a brand here say anytime he gets the opportunity or try the possible best, say Juventus Bobo call him your baby Biamani Pen say he's a good player and he's in to stay. And not getting the opportunity, our club World Cup anymore. Was I saw about 2 goals at the Juventus Bobo Kono. And after that 2 goals, reports sending them Italy. Any on the timelines, and so say Juventus are shot your money Paris Saint-Germain didn't come. So almost sign per brand any loan biome. Not possibly this time around, almost they are ashamed with an option to buy. Because anytime they are granted any opportunity, and for say coach, not only so much trust, on your opportunity to deliver, and it is good for the player. I am happy for coach. A friend say I go to do any player, and so a friend say Randall Kolomwani, Kwaku Mohamed Kudus. I feel said this is the time I want Mohamed Kudus make a move. Seriously speaking, if we have any pabiasi so now Bobra, Obia wa ambitions. Obia obotaye si nani so. Enti ebia there are times when you are making a move. The whole hand say baby awko sesi an ebeboa. But woko koduru wonu wi na obehu say baby wo baby awko pie nanim. I say utimi pre na alcohol. I remember those days when we were kids say Obema camp. I had a friend. Akwaku so onu woni krom no. Na ne mpai bo nyina ne so obeba be pia akra because onimi so be pia akra wa wi abrabo no. But obeduru akra no e no hu so omo akra no so pre ko ba bi e friend is abrochiri eti afei obeseti new goals and the targets and so the man ho Mohamed Kudus as a player e wo Ajax a good player for that matter performance ne wo soro obo goals ni gum wo hwe Ajax now they are to West Ham United ho a West Ham United compared to Ajax in terms of history and status Ajax so change West Ham United but West Ham is in the Premier League omo that kind of make us audience any attention. It's not Kudus in that Premier League attention. E dia marketing ho. Now he's been there. The assessor Abrantie na ye ma club no waye. The assessor o chairman nipa unso ni ball ni bon Abrantie na kire. In the just ended season, e bia na numbers didn't say the previous season kwaku, but the woman say Mohamed Kudus any West Ham United na nkasa nyina no. Season 9 shada ankoye. So if there's a new suitor a project on one build the new coach feels say our trust omu betimi ama a platform wa perform here. It is a deal was Abrantie and try to push him and go through. Anye bia mpono. Tottenham be Champions League in the coming season. West Ham United in count Mobi. Or the 14th. It's in that alone. I feel that Champions League platform any be Mohamed Kudus and he has to force his way through for this move to happen. It was Abrantie and push it. Okay. Ferdinand Amayo who say we play out to me man paying for pressure me at all. Yes.
Okay.
Also on Leeds United, they be no chairman in the office. Manchester for so open